If you learn nothing else from this video, it's that your friends are not really your friends, and you really need to evaluate who is actually your friend. People will secretly be in competition with you, secretly are jealous of you, but they keep their frenemies closer, and most of the time it's them thinking that you are enemies and you did nothing wrong in this process. This is your sign of reevaluating your friendship with that one person who makes weird comments towards you, kind of makes you feel small, and also does little things that make you uncomfortable. I came across a video talking about a specific TikTok video where this girl gets pushed into the pool by her best friend. Let's take a look at that original video together and dissect what happened and how you can use that information in that example on how you can reevaluate your friends. Before we get started into that video though, I am Selena. I discuss wellness, fashion, travel, commentary. I do whatever I want on here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Now let's get into the video.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
I am going to be playing other people's reactions and responses to this. I did want to note my first impressions of this video. If you look, there's no one else in the pool, right? So they are at this party. It seems like a pool party. It seems like people are dressed to swim, but no one's doing that, and no one's doing that yet. Everyone's just kind of dancing by the pool. I guess you could say the word vibing. They're listening to music, they're dancing, and particularly the girl who gets pushed in the pool. I do not know her name. I could not find her name anywhere. I'll just call her Red because she has red hair. So Red is dancing. She's kind of feeling herself. Like, she's just grooving to the music. Her friend, and I know her TikTok name, it's Drink More Henny, and I only learned that from the research. I don't know her full name though. She is, what they say, gassing her friend up. So she's smacking her butt while Red is twerking, and they're just having a good time, it seems like. Then we see Drink More Hennessy push Red into the pool. Immediately, Drink More Henny backs up away from the shot, and poor Red, like, you can just see her. She has her phone in her hand. She holds her phone up together, and you can tell that she's trying to save her phone. That tells you this was not a planned thing. She wasn't even planning to swim, and the people in the comments were saying, I heard her say, I can't swim. That just kind of tells you what you need to know. And if her best friend is actually her best friend, she would know that Red cannot swim. People are actually saying in the comments that that's attempted MUR DER. Sorry, I have to spell it out because not to cross any community guidelines. Someone says, you can hear her yelling, I can't swim. Someone else says, I like how the surrounding crowd responded appropriately because nothing was funny and old girl definitely needed to be looked at. Crazy. And you notice too that Drink More Henny only helped Red get out of the pool when she got called out by the guy filming the video. And he says, you ain't shit, you ain't shit. And he's absolutely right. That is not funny. There's nothing funny about that. There's nothing funny about pushing someone into the pool. I'm even gonna take it a step further. Remember, hold on, I have it in my notes. Remember Taylor Smith pushed her friend Jordan Holgerson off of the 60-foot bridge? Now this is a more extreme case, even though it's still dangerous because Red didn't know how to swim. But that is dangerous, catching someone off guard, pushing them. They could hit the water wrong, and that's also what happened when Jordan Holgerson got pushed from 60 feet high. Jordan Holgerson, she got significant injuries from that situation. And I know I'm comparing, two instances. One has more physical harm than the other, but internally and emotionally, there is still very similar damage at minimum when it comes to internal and emotional hurt as well from both situations. Because both friends who were the victims in this case, they were under the impression that their best friend was hanging out with them having fun. Now let's get into the TikTok that was actually on my For You page about this video.
Being friends with male-centered women is really scary because they will throw you in a pool at a pool party if it means getting negative or positive attention. I just saw that video on TikTok where the girl throws her friend, and I'm saying friend really loosely, in the pool. And I think the scariest thing for me is seeing the girl with the evil eye hype up the friend, twerking, dancing at this pool party. No one else is in the water, mind you. And while she's hyping her up, you don't even see how fast the shift happens, but it happens as she throws her in the water with her phone in her hand, and then the friend is yelling, "I can't swim." And instead of doing anything, the girl that threw her in backs up, like doesn't even help her. And I just watched that video and I was like, you're gonna be thrown under a bus next. Like literally, these women will put you in awful dangerous situations because they don't even think about themselves first, unfortunately. So if they're not thinking about themselves first, why the hell would they think about you first? They're male-centered, right? But also they have evil eyes because they think they're in secret competition with you. Like, you getting attention doesn't take away attention from another woman. Secure women understand this, but if you ever meet a girl that wants to fight for a man's attention, walk away.
What I agree with from this video is that she was saying male-centered friends. So Drink More Henny, the girl who pushed Red into the pool, she was definitely doing that for some sort of attention. She wanted good or bad attention. And you know what that translates to? A pick-me. They just want any type of attention. They'll do whatever they want to get it. And they don't care how they do that. I think that's an important piece. Honestly, we need to start assessing if our friends are pick-me's, because if you do have a pick-me friend, you could be at risk for being a pawn in a humiliation tactic so the friend gets attention. We see it all the time with pick-me reenactments.
Hey, Jack just told me he's coming over in like an hour. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, he can definitely come over. I mean, I don't really like him. He gets on my nerves, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Fine, I'll watch a movie, but only if it's 50 Shades of Grey. I'm sure Ashley's gonna be uncomfortable because she's super like vanilla and boring, but Jack, I know me and you will like it.
Hi, so nice to meet you. You have filler, right? Right, okay, yeah, I thought so. Where do you get your lashes done? Yeah, they're just really fluffy. Like a caterpillar almost. You're a natural blonde though, right? I need you to teach me how to do such heavy makeup. No, I've never done it before. I like wear clear mascara. Yeah, I like don't wear any makeup at all. The highlighter on my nose. No, that's natural.
When one girl doesn't wear makeup, the other wears makeup. And the girl who wears makeup is like, oh, you wear makeup? I can't do that. I'm not like other girls. That's an example of being a pick-me with your friend to get attention from someone else. Being male-centered is definitely working towards the male gaze, working towards that attention from a male. And in a friendship of two best friends, and there's a male-centered person in that friendship, I definitely see it going south and something like this happening, and it's very unfortunate because it's not funny. And why would you even do that? Mind you, phones are $1,000 nowadays, and that doesn't even include the phone plan. Like, what did she expect her friend to do about the phone too? That friend owes her a new phone, if you ask me. It sounded like the friend thought it would be funny, and then when the guy filming the video called her out, she was like, okay, now I have to pick up the pieces and act like that didn't happen, act like I'm helping my friend get out of the pool. And what's also hurtful is that you can see her friend kind of hyping her up when she's dancing. Drink More Henny is hyping up Red, and then all of a sudden pushing her. Like, you really went from two drastic sides of the spectrum. Oh, you're my friend, we're hanging out, we're having fun. I'm gonna push you into the pool and humiliate you. Yeah, that's not right. That's not appropriate. Let's take a look at this second TikTok video because I think this lady had some really good points.
Baby, one thing about me, if you ain't learned about now, I be in people business, okay? People business is my content. So don't tell me to go get my own content. But let's talk about this, right? I came across this video on my For You page. I'm gonna say this. Y'all need to stop thinking everybody's your motherfucking friend. And I know you're like, Tori, you can't make assumptions off of just one video. There ain't nobody else in the pool. Everybody else is around the pool. Unless we had a discussion about jumping in the pool, why the hell would you even attempt to push me in the pool? Y'all need to start paying attention to them slick ass, slide ass comments that your friends be making to you. And you hee, they hee and on, and you laughing it off. Nah, that's not your friend.
She also noticed that no one else was in the pool, It's not like that was a planned thing to do. She also said you need to notice things about your slick friends, and I think that is super important. Sometimes it takes big actions for small actions to make sense. Sometimes if you tolerate some of those smaller actions and your secret competition friend thinks they're getting away with things, then they will actually do something as big like this that really hurts you and your friendship, and it's deceitful, honestly. When it comes to figuring out who your slick friends are, who your fake friends are, I think it's really important to take note of those times that you feel uncomfortable or you feel like you are shrinking yourself in a situation for your friend's benefit. Like, for example, if you're getting ready and you're about to go somewhere together, you're picking out outfits, one person wants to wear maybe like a shirt that shows a little bit more cleavage, and then the other one is like, no, I don't think you should do that. That's kind of too revealing and they won't like that about you. Or something like that. I just don't think that you should let that go, honestly. I think you should take note of what happened. In the moment, I do encourage you to say, what do you mean by that? Just trying to feel out, is this something that has happened before? Is this a pattern that this friend does? Do they say comments like that bring me down? Do they always try to question what I do, who I'm talking to, who I'm with? Do they always try to go for the person that I have a crush on? Do they humiliate me in front of crowds of people? Do they know I can't swim and they push me into a pool? Those types of things. What would you do in this situation? What do you think that Red should have done? I don't think Red did anything wrong, to be honest, but what would you do if you were Red? Because I think Red had every single right to be upset about that girl and not wanting that girl's help, because if you just got pushed into the pool, would you want that person who pushed you to help you up? They can push you back down again. Anyways, what would you do in that situation? Would you call out Drink More Hennessy for what she did to Red and pushing her into the pool? I'm so sorry, I keep calling you Red, but I will find your name and I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, let me know what you would have done. And also, what are some tips that you have on figuring out if your friend is a pick-me, or if your friend is not really your friend, they're kind of your fake friend, and they're secretly jealous of you? Because Drink More Henny, or Drink More Hennessy, I forget which one it is, but I'll put it up here. She was definitely and is jealous of her friend. I don't know, do you think she's prettier than you? Do you think she can throw it back a bit better than you, Drink More Hennessy? I don't know. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I saw that and I just thought it was super unfortunate. I don't get why we can't just coexist with each other, honestly. This is why it's so hard to make friends. I mean, during any walk of life, I feel like it is so hard to make friends as it is. Unfortunately, we have to pay attention to little things that happen within friendships. And if they make you feel uncomfortable, definitely address them, but take note. And if that person doesn't take accountability or show that they actually care about you as a friend, we just gotta cut them off and let them go. They don't serve you in your life. If they're only hurting you, why allow them to be there? Don't include them in your life. They're not gonna add value. But that's it for today's video. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!